It was the second hottest day of the year. Second hottest. I remember it was on the news. Everyone was there. The garden was packed. Edie and Nev. Derek was there with his hi-fi and his video camera to get all the action. Karen and Charles, our new neighbours, they just moved in next door. I said, look, come round, we're having a barbecue. Great way to break the ice. And there was going to be a lot of noise, so I thought, well, you're killing two birds, Keith. So the stage was set for a wonderful summer's day that no one would forget. Geoff was there, of course, and Marion's bosses. That was one of the reasons for the day, was a celebration. Marion was being presented with a 3 Series BMW. In celebration, in recognition of her sales targets. It was a big celebration. I was the master of celebrations. Marion and Geoff, surrounded by their bosses, congratulated them, a lot of backslapping. I had the paddling pool out. Massive paddling pool out for the kids. Filled it up in the morning, topping it up with hot water to take the chill off. And I was skimming it with a sieve for insects. Even a dead wasp can sting. And then we all got taken out to the front of the house for the presentation of the car. They brought this beautiful car with a big ribbon around it. Big ribbon around the doors, on the top, like a bow. And Mr. Shusey stood there. Big speech about what a wonderful team Marion and Geoff were. They were hot stuff, he said. We all came back round then into the garden, and I assumed my position behind the barbecue. And I thought, right, a toast for the happy couple. I had some champagne in the kitchen, got it all out, and no Marion and Geoff. And Derek said, I saw them, Keith. I saw them going upstairs, he said. And I thought, yeah, I know what they're up to. She'll have taken him up for a look at the new window. We'd had this big Velux window put in our bedroom, like at an angle, over the bed. And the sunlight it was beautiful. I wish you could see it. The sunlight would flood in. And Marion used to sometimes open it and lie there and sunbathe. I would just lie there and look at the clouds just dreaming. That's what I like to do. So everyone was very thirsty. One chap from Marion's office was trying to open a bottle. I took it off him. I snatched it off him. I said, no. We're not starting until the couple are here. And I went in to get them. So I went up the stairs. And it's funny how you notice these things. There was a bit of wire, telephone cord, had come out in a loop. You know, the boys, I think, had been tugging at it. And I remember making a mental note. Fix that, Keith. Someone could, break their neck there. And I went up the stairs. And there was Nev, Marion's dad, just coming out of the toilet on the landing. Bladder age. I said, hey, Nev, you tiger. That's what I called him. I said, hey, you're the only one who hasn't seen this. Come on. Come in the bedroom. Come and have a look. And, he went in ahead of me. He opened the door, and I'd been an absolute fool. I'd left that pool unattended. I was back down the stairs like a shot. I was out into the garden, and ruddy hell, they'd all started eating, hadn't they? Like ants. They were all over the food. They were passing. I said, hey. And I went round pulling plates in because I was being usurped. And I said, hey, come on now, hang on a minute. And I was a bit tetchy. I took the plates and I put them all back. And I was trying to get some control of the garden, my garden. No one was. I was in a line up. And they wouldn't line up. They were all looking. They were all looking like that up at the Velux window because Neville, boom, shouting at Marion, and fair play, he's got a smashing, he's in a choir, he's got a smashing voice, yelling at her, really nasty stuff, and all right, things needed to be said, but I was getting no authority. The people were confused. They were looking up at the window. They could hear Nev, but they couldn't see him. All they could see from where they were was Geoff's bottom, and it disorientated them. I mean, I wanted to go up and calm it down, but I didn't want to get involved. And there was laughter. There was laughter, which I thought was inappropriate. And I remember one thing. I've still got it on my arm. I knelt on the grill, on the barbecue. See, like that. Ah, gee, God. And I put kitchen roll, which you should never do. Getting that off later was hell. And then the next thing I know, out of nowhere, they're down in the they're in the garden. Nev, Marion, Geoff. Geoff is wearing my bathrobe, my dressing gown. It's too short for him. And they're arguing now. Nev and Geoff. And Nev, bless him, took a swing at Geoff. Man, he missed him completely because, you know, his eyes. And Geoff goes backwards, though, to avoid it, into the paddling pool. There was no kids in there, thank God for that. Legs go up in the air. My dressing gown, it's too small. And he comes straight back out, shot up out of the water because he was embarrassed, with his hand on his face. Ah! Ah! Like that. Ah! I thought you didn't get hit, you fool. He'd been stung by a wasp. And he looked around him. I tried to help. I felt guilty. I should have been skimming that pond. I should have been doing it with the sieve. He went round to the front of the house and tried to get into his car. He was sitting in the car when I got there, but he was blocked in. We had a fantastic turnout. I didn't know we had so many friends. He leapt out of his car and went then to Marion's car. But he couldn't get in that because of the ribbon. The ribbon, he's pulling at the ribbon. Now I would have helped. But I realised all this time, I had a burger in my hand with the kitchen towel. And he's tugging at this ribbon. And then the next thing I know, I look around and Marion is coming with a knife. I thought, oh, we're going to be in the papers. She went straight past me. To Geoff, I thought, what are you doing? And she sliced through the ribbon. She's a very practical woman. They both jumped in the car. And I thought, right, act. And I did something that to this day I can't explain. Purely on instinct. I walked very calmly to the car. I tapped on the window. She wound it down. And I gave her the burger. The ribbon was hanging behind. Came off eventually, halfway down the street. And I went and collected it. It's tidy. In the car again, look. All strapped in. On a slide. I swung with a hat on. That's me with Alan. Yeah. There's Alan's first steps.